So today we're gonna go make an attempt to climb up to what I'm calling Spring Lake Peak. So if you recall, that one's Lower Payson Peak. The church steeple is pointing right at Spring Lake Peak. I'm gonna try and make it up there one day for Upper Payson Peak, and that's Dry Mountain over there. So that's the goal. Okay, for fun, I wanted to see how much weight I'm actually carrying on these trips. So right here I got my backpack and 2 buckets of cement. It's an 80-pound bag separated into 2 buckets. My water, a bowl for the dog. And this time I got dog shoes. So the scale shows my backpack is 37 pounds basically. Let's see how much everything else is. First bucket, 43 pounds, almost 43 and a half pounds. Second bucket, 40.02. And my water bottle, 570. Looks like almost 6 pounds. Okay, so basically we're looking at 37 pounds, 6 pounds, 43 pounds, and 40 pounds. So if I'm not mistaken, those two, 43 and 37, comes to 80, plus another 40, 120, 126. It's about 126 pounds. So I was right when I said it's 100 pounds or more. Well, I'm at it again. Starting a hike up to Spring Lake Peak, what will be Spring Lake Peak. Got my gear. I'm on my own today, but I do have my trusty dog Toto with me. So we'll see how high I can get. I'm just going to take a lot of breaks and see how it goes. I almost forgot. We were testing out these shoes for Toto. So I spent some time. I got them on, double knotted them, put them on really tight. I don't know if you can tell. But we're gonna see if these shoes will last, right, Toto? I doubt it, but we'll see. Most likely an exercise in futility. We'll see how long these shoes last on the hike. Okay, test number 1. Ready to go, huh? Okay, let's do this. So we made it about 1 block, and she's already lost 2 of the boots. So 2 down in 1 block. Two on the front still there, 2 on the back gone. I'm gonna have to head back down and see where they fell off. Meanwhile, I'm at the bottom of Picayune Canyon. Instead of going that way like we usually do, I'm going this way, because instead of heading up there, I'm heading up there. So there it is, Picayune Canyon. 1 more down. And that's where we were when I noticed 2 missing. So that much distance. We already lost another one. Down to one. All right, a little further up the trail, but this is a nice view right here. Pretty nice. Peaceful. Got some shade. Haven't made it very far up. I'd say maybe, probably 4 blocks. But there's a nice little flat spot here, or less steep. And right up there is the back side of the rock outcropping cliff that I showed in a previous video. If you watched it, Journey to Payson Peak. There's the back side of it from down in Picayune Canyon. Toto's still got one shoe left on, so that shoe may just make it. I'm hearing water flow somewhere over here. I'm gonna see if I can find that water. Okay, I found something neat. I never could find the water flow, but I did find something. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you. Okay, right down in here, there's like a little dry riverbed. You can see a pipe right up in there. Follow this riverbed, dry riverbed, through here. Yep. There's tons of cold air flowing. You can definitely hear that water, hopefully. You can see the pipe. So this must be a natural spring. Maybe even a mine. Minegates.com. Well, that's pretty cool. Probably go down in there and it's probably filled with water. Here's certainly a nice place to hang out. Get some cold air. That air coming out of there was nice and crispy cold. So we're about right under that rock cliff from previous videos. Still heading up Picayune Canyon. Still got the cement, but we found death along the trail. Looks like a skunk from the markings on the fur and the smell, which surprisingly isn't too strong, but yep. Unfortunately, out here in nature, animals are dying. You okay, Toto? Still got that one shoe on. Just about falling off. Shortly after I got started again from the dead animal. Right there. Look what we find. The last and final shoe. It fell off. Four to 5 blocks and all shoes are off. Look what I found. That right there looks similar to mint, but it isn't mint. That is stinging nettle. If you touch that, especially the bottom of the leaves, you'll have a stinging allergic reaction to it. It's no fun. Stinging nettle. A little further up the trail, here's some nightmare fuel. Like a whole colony of caterpillars and silkworms or something like that. Sure wouldn't want to get into that. And over here, probably government owned, and probably something to do with the water trickling out of this canyon. Okay, the trail led into this. I'm like right in the bottom of the canyon, buried in trees. You can see the washout there when the water flows. I'm heading up there. Not yet. I'm going to keep following the canyon, the bottom of the canyon for now. But at least I'm getting occasional shade. We took a break since I've never been on this before. I don't even know how far up, as far as like halfway or what. But trudging onward. Okay, that rock cliff in front of us, I think that a little beyond that is the turnoff to start heading up, trailblazing up the mountain. From what I could see from Google Maps, but not looking forward to that, so I don't know. We'll see when we get up there. Look what I found. Nice narrow pass through the rocks. We're not way, but pretty cool looking. Well, I made it below this large rock cliff I pointed out earlier. But ran into a problem. The bucket, one of the buckets, handle broke right off. You can see it tore right through the plastic right here. Actually, I did that on both sides. So now, you can see here, just like totally ripped the plastic. So I got to figure out another way to put a handle on it, or it's dead in the water. So that's where I'm at. Okay, here's my solution. I cut another hole with my knife on both sides. We'll see if it works. Probably won't work very long, but what can you do? All right, another update. Just working my way up this dry creek bed. I want to at least get to there today. We'll see how it goes. This is kind of a pretty spot right here. Look what I found here. Evidence of another hiker. All right, we left the river canyon bottom right there. Came up that really narrow pass. Right here, got the cement here. There seems to be a path. Probably an animal deer trail going up that way. So we're gonna try that. Hopefully that works. Okay, update. I made it to this big pine tree. It started to rain. My destination's up there still somewhere. Cement made it. Supplies, dog. That's probably where I'm going to leave the cement for now. I'm pretty beat. Here's the view from here. That's looking towards Payson Peak. Dark clouds. Pretty nice spot right here. I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna hike around and see if I can't get better bearings without the gear. And then I'm gonna head down. I forgot to show my face. Yeah, I made it so far, this far. See you on the next one. Okay, that's that tree right here. The big pine tree is where the buckets of cement are. I made it up this bit rather quickly, unladen. That I believe is Payson Peak. This is just an unnamed peak behind it. And I'm heading up there. All right, new update. It's amazing how fast I can go up these mountains when I'm not loaded down with 120 pounds of weight. So I was right, that is just a lower peak, an unnamed lower peak. And that one is Payson Peak, lower Payson Peak. Check this out. See that? That's the flag. It's hard to hold still. That's the flag. So the plan is, if I can get up here to the ridge, I think the hike will go a lot better. But that's the new peak. But I better turn back today because running out of time. I don't know, maybe I'll try and make it to that ridge, then turn back. Okay, this is as far as I'm going today. It's getting late. I gotta head down. I gotta make sure I got time to get all the way back down. The ridge is right up there behind me. But at least I got a bearing and everything's fine. I'll start heading down. Here's a panorama view from here. All right, I'm going to give you a view of traveling down the dry dirt bed down in the bottom of the canyon. Of course, we're way up the canyon, but you know what I mean, down where the canyon makes a V, down in the bottom. Some nice rocks, cliffs. I can make pretty good time when I'm not carrying 80 pounds of cement. Right now I'm just laid down with about 40 pounds less because I've been drinking the water and ate some lunch already. So, I don't know, maybe 30 pounds. 25 to 30 pounds is all I got on me now. But I'm actually not too bad of a hiker. And I'm not loaded down super heavy. Took me all day to get 120 pounds up to the halfway or so. A little more than halfway. Coming down, I can move pretty quick. Don't need near so many brakes. So anyway, now you can kind of see the terrain I've been crossing while carrying 80 pounds of cement. So for those naysayers, because I know there's going to be some, there's always somebody. It's a lot harder than you may think. And I'm not the strongest guy in the world. Don't think I ever was. But it's pretty hard to carry that much excess weight in your hands and climb a mountain. For the most part, I'm not really even following a trail, blazing my own way. I mean, this is kind of a trail because it's a river bottom following down the canyon. Right here is about where trail kind of gets better. So anyway, that's probably enough. We're back at this one cliff where the bucket broke, if you recall that. I'm gonna head on down. See you at the next one. So I was making good time, so I decided to climb up this little incline, whatever you call it, to this carved out rock. Big flat face. Toto found a little cave. And right over here, another cave. I think this is as far as I'll go though. There's like that one rock holding that big monster rock. I guess it is pinned in still. That's crazy. Anyway, hopefully you remember this on the trip up. I decided to climb up this far and check her out. It's gonna be fun getting down. Might be sliding on the butt time. Or go down backward. Look at these cool wafer cliffs. Like slices of rock. Pretty cool. Made it back to the mine. Nice cold air coming out of here. Cool us down. Isn't that right, Toto? Huh? Okay, we're back down. Made it back to the bottom. I was looking all over real careful for that first shoe that Toto lost. Can't find it. So we donated a dog shoe to the universe. I looked everywhere during that first block. Next week, we're gonna try and get that cement all the way to the peak. I'll be taking a flagpole and a shovel and some water and get that up. And when I get to the cement, I'll swap it out. Just kind of piggyback it, or leapfrog it till I get all the supplies up to the top. Because all my friends are calling me crazy. They don't want to come anymore. So here I am being crazy and trying to get flags at the top of mountains. I may only do this one and one more for this summer. Summer's getting late, but anyway, so look forward to seeing you next week. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget to subscribe, make comments, like the video if you like it, and most of all, don't forget, make life good and be kind. That concludes our journey today. Thanks for watching.